and to begin. What's up, everybody? It's Kenny Thomas here, chilling with Kenny C, midpoint of the show. My next guest at this time is making his second appearance on the show, but this time we got him on Zoom. He's got some songs out already this year. The One It Up joint came out, I think, the top of January, and his latest Stargazing just came out recently. And to talk about those track and what he's been up to lately, the one and only Th30ry is with me right now. What's good, man?
What's going on with you, bro?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Of course.
And also thank you for doing the Zoom. I see something flashing in front of you. It feels like
oh yes. Is that bothering you?
No, not at all. I was just a little curious.
It's a LED light that I got for my studio, because sometimes I work down here in the dark, and I got the studio in my basement with the booth and everything set up. So I got a bunch of LED lights around my desk. Kind of adds to the vibe, when I'm just jamming out and working on something.
That's cool. I mean, every now and then you in the studio, you gotta get something to fit the mood. Get you in the songwriting mood, or get some joints in there. So it's great to have you back on. Want to catch up with you. Let's start with the One and Up joint, man. Setting the tone, it seems like the proper way going into a new year in 2022, because that's what you're doing, man. You wanted it up. Just talk about working on that particular track.
Well, Run It Up.
Yeah.
Run It Up, man. It was actually a beat that I've been sitting on for a long time. I was trying to get a homie of mine to do the hook for me, because it was kind of I heard his voice all over. He's got a real deep voice. I kind of wanted to come out with something like kind of turn up sound, The Look at Me Now album kind of set the tone for the quality of music that I'm going to be putting out, and a lot of people were very, very happy with that product. So this new music, I'm gonna kind of talk my shit a little bit, and kind of showcase my potential. And so start the new year, let's run it up, you know what I mean? So it was a fun track, man. It was a lot of fun to make. It was a lot of time recording it, just so I could get it right, as for most of my songs, take a few days to really, really get down packed. But that was a fun one, man. It was a good way to start the new year.
Yeah, I definitely been playing that song plenty of times in my,
I appreciate that.
In my apartment here, just getting the vibes going, and I've already added on a Spotify playlist. It's on my hip hop / R&B songs of the week playlist. I'll be doing the Music Monday thing, and I picked Th30ry, One It Up, to be on that playlist. And the reason I asked about One It Up is because I'm starting something next month in April. I'll do the talk show Thursdays and Saturdays. I'm now doing a music show, just strictly me playing songs, being in DJ mode, if you will. And the first week will be a hip hop R&B theme shows, just literally hip hop R&B songs.
Yeah.
And One It Up, it's gonna be on that playlist.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. That's dope.
April the 4th. That's on a Monday. Music Monday edition of Chillin' with Kenny C. So I just wanted to announce that to you while you're on the air.
Thank you, man.
I've been vibing with your music since the first interview we did. I follow you on Spotify, so every time I get something new from you, it's on the release radar. And I said, I know Th30ry got some out there, so I mess with it. I mess with the track, man. So we go from One and Up to your latest, and I think I've read one of your posts. You saying this might be one of the best songs you've done, Stargazing.
Yeah.
So talk about that track, bro.
So stargazing, it was more of a personal song. Uh, it kind of resonated with me and my position currently with where I view myself and the tier of an artist in such a short amount of time that I feel I've become. Because when we first did our interview, that was a while back, and I was brand new in the game, and I mean I've only been doing it for a few years, and it was one of those things where it's like a lot of people I feel overlook me because number one, I'm in my 30s. I'm 33. I'm about to be 34 this summer. Um, I'm my skin color. I'm a guest in hip hop. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, he's just another white rapper. He's this or he's that or he's too old or he's whatever. It's like, but I feel like I have something to bring to the table. So that song was me kind of putting myself out there, wearing my heart on my sleeve sort of thing. And, I'm stargazing, man. I'm looking up at the sky and I'm like, manifesting all these dreams to come to reality and all these goals that I have and really trying to, bring them to fruition. And it just came out perfect, man. And I fell in love with it. I wrote it a verse at a time. There's only 2 verses, but I wrote the first verse. I fell in love with it and I just kind of vibed with it. A couple days later, I had the second verse written and recorded it. The hook was very simple, but it speaks, to the mood. And I feel like it's kind of like a nice calm in between for those 2 verses where, I'm kind of going a little harder and, rapping a little faster and have some stronger, messages and punchlines. And the hook is just a nice little relaxation where it's like, all right, like I see where it's going and it makes your head bop. So it was just a great song. It was one of my favorite ones, next to Sorry, I'm Not Sorry, which was my number one favorite one that I have. But, Stargazing was definitely in that top 3 for my best songs, I honestly think.
Yeah, stargazing, the energy that I got from it, as a saying that that is usually said on hip hop, talk your shit.
Yeah.
That's literally what you was doing in that track. Talk your shit, and I
Yeah.
I felt that. Yeah, like I
Gotta
felt what you're
showcase the
saying.
potential, man.
Yeah,
Rap's a competitive sport, you know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
like, for somebody who had a late start like myself, where I didn't start until I was 30. And, that was from scratch. So, taking YouTube beats and just writing random lyrics and recording them, putting them on SoundCloud for promotional use and not really knowing anything. And as I've progressed, I've gained a real good fan base and, I got a lot in the works. I'm not going to talk too much into it right now, but I got a lot of possible, big shows coming up all around the country. Hopefully if I'm selected to play these shows, which is going to be great for the exposure and for building my brand. But I really I've come a long way, so I feel like I've almost earned the right to talk my shit.
I agree. I agree. I've heard some of the SoundCloud tracks because once I hear some recent stuff, every now and then I go back and listen to the old material just to see what you sound like then, and what
Oh,
you
it's
sound like.
cringy.
You come a long way, brother. You're coming a long way. Just
Yeah, thank you, man.
sometimes that's usually what it takes. Sometimes it's just getting your foot in, see how you feel, and
Yeah,
through ups and downs, you found your way. You found like, this is something I really wanted to do.
yeah,
This props to you, man. You definitely have put in that work, and I feel like, at least for me, from my perspective, you're a talented MC. You
thank
definitely
you.
in it for the
I
right
appreciate
reason.
that.
So, and so you mentioned the term guest in hip hop. Um, I'm a hip hop head. Like I'll listen to anybody, and I feel like if you can really spit, if you really can have the attention, then
Yeah,
I'm a vibe with you. I'm a vibe with you. Now I'm used to the mainstream stuff, but I listen to more local, independent stuff, and there's a lot of talented cats in
oh
here
yeah,
in Kentucky, like just hungry, ready to take it to the next step, and maybe hip
oh yeah,
hop, Kentucky be that next big state for hip hop. I feel like it has the potential. It's just a matter
definitely.
of more people keep knocking that door, and then people will see Kentucky more than bourbon, horses, and college basketball. Obviously,
Yeah,
I've lived in Kentucky long enough to know that that's what the state is known for, and I get it. I get it, man. But Kentucky has so much more to bring to the table musically. So I like what
yeah,
I'm hearing for you in particular, and you definitely were on your way to more big things, man. So I look forward to this album. Now I know you saying you ain't gonna say much about the new more new music on the horizon, but you gotta maybe you at least tell us maybe a timetable as far as maybe an album or mixtape that you may have coming
yeah,
out.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm shooting for summer for the album. Uh, on top of doing shows and everything that hopefully are going to be coming here in the near future. I'm constantly working on music, constantly, whether I'm writing. I mean, I write while I'm at work. I'll write at my desk and do what I got to do. I come home, I come down here in the basement, sit in the studio, and I will be down here for 5 6 hours sometimes, not be done until 1 in the morning. uh, but I mean, summer is when I'm aiming for the album to be released. The album is called Me Against the World. uh, this is going to be so chronologically. The Carpe Noctem, which means seize the night, that was my very first album. That was where I kind of had that idea where the nighttime is where I had to utilize my time to build my music and to really work on that, and that was my sanity. You know what I mean? My music is my sanity. It's my calm, and it's my safe zone. And so the Carpe Noctem was, I had to seize the night. Like I worked all day, had to come home at night. That was when I did it. So, and then the no comfort zone was when I started to break out of my shell. There's no comfort zone. I incorporated some more energy in my music, and there's layering and some singing and different aspects that I brought to the table from different genres. So there was no comfort zone with what I got, and I started to kind of develop myself as an artist. And now look at me now is is that album where it's like everybody who was like, bro, you started way too late, or you're too old, get a real job, don't you got a daughter to take care of, and all these things that I would hear from people who were like, you're never going to do anything with this. So it's like, look at me now, you know what I mean? Like, and now those people are playing my music that used to say all this shit about what I was doing, and now they're all playing my music and they're like, dude, you're dope, they're buying my merch and they're doing all sorts of stuff. So I'm just like, well, look at me now, you know what I mean? So now Me Against the World is going to be where it's like, y'all have seen those different sides and you've seen the progression, and now I'm here, and I'm going to set my foot, like, and I'm going to create a footprint, you know what I mean? Like, I want people to really take me seriously and take my craft seriously. So this album is going to be a real big kick in the door. A lot of the production is going to be done by me. I mean, I already engineer all my stuff. I record myself, mix and master all here in the basement. I don't go to a studio. I do it here. Um, so, the Look at Me Now album was all engineered, recorded, mixed, mastered by me. Um, and this album is going to be, half of it's going to be produced by me, where I'm making my own beats. I started to venture into that. I've gotten pretty good at that in a short time. Uh, and then it's going to be obviously engineered by me. So Me Against the World, this new one, summer 2022. It's gonna be an epic project, man. It's sounding really great so far, and I love it, and I can't wait to share it with the world, man.
All I know is there's going to be plenty of theory on my playlist, especially once Me Against the World comes out in the summer. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely very impressed. Obviously, you rap, you write, you produce, you also do the mixing and mastering. That's not that many artists locally, mainstream, can say that I literally do all of this, you know.
Yeah.
So what was it like just getting to learning the mix and mastering part, just learning all of that so it feels like, okay, this is literally coming from me. I'm doing all of this. Was it like learning the mixing and the mastering and the extra stuff that you do?
So learning it is the most strenuous part, but it's also the most fun part. Uh, you learn about different plugins and what different effects you can put in the vocals. You learn your DAW, your DAW. I use Ableton for everything. It's a phenomenal DAW. I will swear up and down by it. Um, but I mean, learning it, I've had a lot of people teach me, different things to do and how to make this sound, and how to make my vocals more crisp and clear, how to make them louder, but they're not overpowering the instrumental kind of thing. And like, I've my buddy, my best friend Ryan Watts, he's an artist too. Him and I have the Th30ry, our collab group. We have a whole separate artist on all the streaming platforms, but he's really the guy who taught me everything that I know, and I just kind of piggybacked off of that and started learning my own thing. But I mean, learning it was hard, man. It's difficult. It's a lot of late nights. It's a lot of YouTube tutorials. Uh, it's a lot of money. I spent in the last year. I've probably spent about $8,000 on studio equipment. I upgraded my monitors, my interface. I upgraded my mic. I built a little studio, like a little booth out of pallets to the right side of right here. I mean, I can't show y'all because the computer, but I mean, it's built out of pallets that I collected and put like some Amazon soundproof, 1 by 1 squares. They're blue and black, and they're all falling off. It looks so ghetto, but but the sound is so good, and it's like because I upgraded my equipment from what I had before, and really just playing around with it, man. It's so much fun to me, and that's the most challenging part, and that's what makes it so much more fun. Is challenges me. It causes me to think and take all that, coming down here when I'm having a stressful day, and not even just writing, just making a beat, just taking all that negative energy and focusing it into something more positive and productive. And it's 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 a trial for sure, man. It's not easy, and I'm still learning every day. I'm always a student of the game. So but it's fun, man. I love it.
Yeah, you definitely put a lot of investing into doing all of this, literally. So props to you for that. Go check out Theory's tracks, One It Up and Stargazing. Those are his two releases of this year thus far. Available on all the platforms. Me Against the World. You heard it here on this particular show, aiming for a summer release.
Yep.
So you're gonna get the vibes, you're gonna get the rap stuff, you're gonna get all sorts of theory on this particular track. And he got a lot to say. And if stargazing is any
Oh yeah.
indication, fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because Theory gonna put you in a roller coaster with this album. And
Yeah.
a name like
Stargazing is
that,
actually going to be the only single that's on the album. All the rest of the singles that I've released in the past like few months, or I'm sorry, like right before the new year, those are not going to be on the album. Those are just singles. Stargazing is going to be the one single that is going to be on the album. You're going to get some super hard hip hop shit. You're going to get some real personal stuff. You're gonna get some singing. You're gonna get some boom bap sounds. And it's gonna be exactly like you said, man, a roller coaster. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, and shout out to Ryan Watson. You mentioned him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how
Shout
I've
out,
heard
Ryan.
of you through him. I met Ryan, I think in Lexington a couple of years ago. He and another artist by the name of Shacky
Yeah,
opened
Shacky. I know
for
Shacky.
Justina Valentine. Um,
Yep.
I was at that particular show, and Justina Valentine. Whoo!
Yeah. Tell me about it, man.
Yes, like
Yeah.
I've interviewed Justina, but way before she was on Wild and Out. So just seeing how amazing she's done since then. Just
And
and
she's talented too, man.
yeah, she's talented, and I'm actually gonna get to see her again. Nick Cannon, Well and Out, back on tour. I'm gonna be at the Cincinnati show. I got the
Nice.
VIP meet and greet, so will cross paths again. And I have Cincinnati roots. I've lived there. I lived in Ohio for some years, so it's be cool to go back there.
Yeah.
And speaking of shows going on the road with this new album on the way, are you going to be having some upcoming shows, concerts, anything leading up to it, or are you going to wait till after the album's release?
So I will find out. I have an opportunity to possibly play a show in Anaheim, California. Um, and it's going to be a big show. I just submitted for it because for those of y'all who may not have known, I signed with a management company, Liquid Sound Records. Uh, they're great. I'm super happy with them. They've looked out for my professional growth completely. So uh, they gave me an opportunity, a few different opportunities to play some big shows, and so I'm hoping I'm going to find out if I was selected by like April 15th, I think they said. And if I'm selected, then not only do I get paid to go to the show, but they pay for the hospitality and the traveling and everything. And that's going to be something that I'm going to play some of my newer stuff, so that way I can start promoting the album. Besides that, I mean, some local shows here and there. Um, but I'm planning on having an album release show. I would like to rent out a venue for a buddy of mine that I know and I'm very, very close with, who owns a venue here. Shout out to the WWME Hall, by the way. They're great. I'm planning on doing an album release show there. I'm going to talk to the owners here in probably the next couple weeks and see if I can get that planned out, because I'm aiming for like a late July, early August release for the album. So right now I'm in album mode, man. I mean, the shows and everything can stay on the back burner until I really have the album mostly recorded, mixed, mastered, ready for release. And then I'll start, dipping into doing some shows and teasing the album a little bit, promoting it a little more. I'm working on some merch. I have a merch store out. If y'all ever want to link with me, you can always message me: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, don't matter. I'm on all platforms. And I'll give you all the links for the merch. It's a super dope store. I got some real nice stuff up there. So I'm working on that, and it's a lot in the works, man. So busy, 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 always on top of my job, on top of my family, 6-year-old daughter, 12-year-old stepdaughter, a lot of things are going on. So, right now it's album mode. Shows will come a little later.
Gotcha. So check out Th30ry on social media. That's Th30ry.
Yes,
Th30ry
sir.
is the name. Go check it out. New album on the way, Me Against the World. Got the One It Up joint, Stargazing. Of course, Stargazing, as he just confirmed, will be on the album Me Against the World, coming in the summertime. Great chatting with you, Th30ry. Great to have you back on the show. And
Always a pleasure, man.
I'm gonna let you get back to album mode and get the vibes going. But
Yeah,
enjoy
man.
your night, enjoy your weekend, and thanks again, man.
Hey, man, anytime. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. I appreciate the love. I'll link up with you soon.
Yeah,
Maybe one of these
absolutely.
days you could drive down to the Ville, man. Come do a show.
Hey, I've been to the Ville every now and then, so we'll talk more down the road for sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
so take care, man. We'll chat again soon.
Absolutely, man. Have a great night. Thanks again.
Yes, sir. That was Theory representing Me Against the World. Album coming soon. Stargazing out now. One It Up out now. So appreciate the homie. Here we go.